Happy Saturday, Mythical Beasts.
We have some very exciting news that you may or may not already know about, and that is the fact that we have a new audio podcast called Ear Biscuits. Biscuits for your ears.
It's so your ears can eat our words, but not see anything.
Listen.
Because we expect your eyes to be closed.
It's really not. There's not much of an analogy. It's just kind of, we just came up with a name. Now we're trying to make it seem like it was appropriate. But really, it has nothing to do with cooking. We're not going to be giving any recipes. It does have to do with the ears because it's audio only, which is a little retro. Going audio only.
You know us and not going retro. That's just classic.
But you got just as many ears as you have eyes. So why not do something just for those?
First of all, the mechanism for listening to this, links in the description. Available on iTunes and on SoundCloud, which is a website, which is also an application for your smartphone that I don't care if it's Android, I don't care if it's iOS, I don't care what it is. When you listen on SoundCloud, you can comment at certain points throughout the video. So it's an hour-long show, give or take. Every week, we're going to be releasing it on Friday afternoons, evening-ish kind of a thing. We were thinking that it'd be either a Friday night or an over-the-weekend listening experience.
You'll have it on Saturday. You'll have it on Saturday. It's going up on Friday, but you'll have it on Saturday, and it is a candid conversation. It's not like GMM. It's not about us. We sit down with somebody from the internet that you probably already know. Like our first episode was Daily Grace, and our second episode, which you can go listen to right now, is Phil DeFranco.
I kind of look at them like time capsules. Yep. Like the conversation with Phil, like you're saying, it's crazy. I feel like we've got this bottled up, over an hour-long conversation where he shares candidly how he grew up, his experience in his relationships. Some pretty unbelievable things are shared in a very candid manner that now are in this
pod
capsule.
In a pod.
That now
it's being cast.
It's been documented.
And here, a quick word of warning and clarification. Now, a lot of the content we do, most of the content we do is family friendly. You can let your kids watch it. That is not necessarily the case with this podcast. It depends on the person we talk to. It depends on the conversation. But I can say with confidence that the conversation that we had with Phil DeFranco is not for children. So if you are a children, you children do not need to go and listen to this podcast. And if you are a parent of a children or a parent of someone that you think you should use some discretion about, use some discretion and listen to it first. So there's your warning. This is not family friendly. And and
episodes will vary, but we just, our episode with Grace was, I just say in general, it's safest for us to put a not family friendly label. I don't know what labels we were actually putting, but I don't know what the label is.
I don't think there's a family-friendly label. I think if
it's a non-family-friendly
label. If it's an
label.
Explicit parental advisory situation, it's going to say it on that episode, so you'll know.
So we're going to be on the safe side and say that's going to apply to all of them. So use your discretion across this entire series.
But here, just to whet your appetite a little bit and get you to actually go through and click on the podcast and listen to it, here's an excerpt from our conversation with Philip DeFranco.
She's one of these, like, before Catfish came out and everything, she's one of these people that, like, created 20 MySpace accounts, and they all had, like, they would all
boyfriend.
talk. There was an ex-boyfriend, and there were the friends, and what do you mean? Like, you're angry at Megan? Oh, you're a terrible, like, just full-on orchestrated, and I couldn't get a hold of her, and then I'm sleeping in my car.
Meaning you couldn't get a hold of her when you went to meet her in New York, where you made a down payment on an apartment that you were going to live in together.
Where I gave money on PayPal to her to do it. I'm
smart.
Very stupid. I'm a very stupid person. So I'm there, and this is over 6 years ago. End up having to sleep in my car. I'm freaked out because I'm like, what the hell happened? I thought that she had a semi-violent ex-boyfriend. And then on my MySpace, when I wake up in the morning, and I forget where I went to finally find internet and any food. There's like this whole thing about how they found Megan and they like beat her up and she's in the hospital. And I just remember just driving blankly on, I was like, I don't know. She has to be lying. It has to be. Like, this doesn't happen in real life. Like, this is, like, it was that point where, like, it just starts to shatter.
So please click through in the description, either on SoundCloud or iTunes, to listen to this thing. Comment on SoundCloud or leave a review on iTunes. We appreciate your feedback. If you
And
want
tell somebody about it. I mean, it's a podcast. This is like from 2003, and it's 2013. So, you probably need to tell somebody about it so they'll listen to it, because it's like 10 years late.
If you're still watching, you can leave a comment and let us know who you want to see on the show.
Or here on the show. It's all about the ears.
I just cannot make the adjustments.
See them with your ears.
I mean, I'm going to be here.
Taste them with your ears.
I'm going to see them.
Taste their biscuits with your ears.